This is a Discord member inside of a Discord server filled with hundreds of predators. In just a few minutes, this user will message what he believes to be an iPhone 15. What follows is some of the dirtiest one-on-one conversations I've ever encountered.
You make me so.
I've never done this before.
It's my first time too. I don't like young girls. I like you.
Are you sure this is okay?
24 people, including a police officer, were busted for trying to lure when playing the online game Fortnite.
Second-degree attempted sexual assault on him, and third-degree attempted the morals of a child.
We've got another reminder to make sure that you're aware of what your children.
If we want to catch some of Discord's dirtiest predators, I need a decoy account. After some tweaks to my profile, I finish with a more appealing account approach. This will allow the people who message the decoy account to instantly assume I'm the person in the photo. This plan would start to take effect real fast. The initial plan was to send direct messages to random Discord users inside dating servers. However, this plan would quickly backfire, as just a few inquiries later, I started to get ignored by many of the people I reached out to. Many accepted the message, but many people hesitated to let out any valuable information. Whether they were skeptical or not, after many attempts at trying to reach people, I actually got someone on the other end of the screen. I had to be extremely careful at first. I couldn't risk spooking the user, so I started off small, exchanging names.
Hey, I'm new to the server. I saw a few people online. Can we chat?
Hello, yeah, sure, why not?
What's your name?
My name is Eduardo.
Eduardo? That's an extremely unique name. My name is Emma.
Haha, thank you. It's a very good name.
Opening the message with a kind gesture, allowing him to open up before I do. This approach proves effective as we exchange small talk, eventually allowing me to gain the first valuable piece of evidence.
How old are you?
18, and yourself?
We can still be buddies. I'm 15.
I accidentally say my decoy's age a little too direct, potentially startling Eduardo. I assume he's already suspicious, and since it was so early in the conversation, he just flat out called me out right there. However, unlike any normal adult, Eduardo seems to continue the conversation, completely blowing off the fact that the decoy's age is 3 years apart. I continue the conversation, assuming he intentionally knows what he's doing, but not enough to officially state anything. Unfortunately, I come dangerously close to exposing the entire operation by sending the wrong photo. Luckily for me, I assume he doesn't pay attention to this, so I follow up with a better picture that has a decoy in the center. Him and the decoy continue to conversate, believing he's talking with an iPhone 15. A few messages later, back and forth with the decoy, and I attempt to make the initial move to gather more information, which may cost me this entire operation. After I send that, he starts getting extremely suspicious and perfectly calls me out. I attempt to try and save it, believing if I say I'm not a predator catcher, he'll believe me. Unfortunately, with my arrogance, this only makes him even more suspicious of me and extremely difficult to gather information out of. He states him and the decoy could be friends, which if that doesn't admittedly reveal there was intentions of something more, he wouldn't have wanted to still be friends. I had to go back to the drawing board, thinking of a new way to approach people that already know the decoy's age in advance. That's when I discovered a genius plan. Instead of trying to locate predators, why not conveniently send a message to the entire server, containing everything they need to know beforehand. I ended up in another one-on-one conversation with what supposedly, given the message, seems to be another predator. Unlike before, they actually reach out to me, confirming the new plan I made seems to be working. I start by complimenting the suspect, so he'd feel a little easier to drop his guard. This may have worked because extremely early into the conversation, we learn the suspect's name. Briefly after the first 3 messages, Chris sends selfies of himself. This already comes off as the first indication that Chris genuinely likes the decoy. Picturing the previous message in my head, I risk the entire operation again, firstly revealing the decoy's age, and surprisingly, Chris seems unfazed by the consciousness he's talking with an iPhone 15.
No, not currently. I just started this year. Do you go to high school as well?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. What grade are you in?
12.
This brings me to question Chris's beliefs, asking as the decoy if it was okay, and I don't mind. Without any hesitation, Chris brushes it off, even calling the decoy in the profile cute, even after he just established the decoy's age. Believing Chris was just pretending, I try to confirm my suspicion by sending a photo containing the decoy in the center. Chris then likes the photo, even calling the decoy cute. Now, Chris may not realize it yet, but he's he's just admitted to liking an iPhone 15. This message confirms it, asking if the decoy was single. This may seem insignificant at first, but if it wasn't for me confirming that the decoy was single, Chris would have backed off. He follows up asking for pictures of the decoy at school, which is an extremely odd scenario to put yourself in, given Chris was mentioned 3 times of the decoy's age and still pursued it. I had to end the operation here as Chris started getting suspicious of what he'd just done and started asking for a video call. I would have confronted him, but it just wasn't worth it. After this entire conversation with Chris, I take a break, leaving my computer online while working on a separate task, completely unaware that while an old conversation has ended, a new one will start. However, this time, it will turn this entire investigation into one of the darkest and most disgusting conversations I have ever seen. What you are about to witness could and potentially seriously impact the mental state of some audiences. I checked back on Discord, unsatisfied by how this entire investigation wasn't going anywhere. Noticing I received 3 other messages from the previous broadcast I sent in the server. I choose to open a message, then follow by apologizing for ignoring the recipient.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Sorry for the late reply.
No problem.
Again, surprisingly, the user quickly responds back. As usual, we gather the suspect's name, then immediately after, Shahid reveals his age extremely fast. This reminded me of our previous predator that immediately revealed his age extremely early into the conversation, which leaves me with the only option I can use to gather evidence, allowing me to use it against Shahid. I quickly think if I reveal the decoy's age early and then follow up with constant compliments, Shahid would hopefully start getting confident that he would be getting something more in the conversation.
That's a pretty unique name. My name is Emma.
Nice to meet you, Emma. So you got any hobbies?
Many, actually.
Tell me about them.
I couldn't have been more correct because just shortly after, Shahid would reveal some extremely revealing information. You look so cute. This comes as the first indication Shahid is suppressing a lot more information. So as the decoy, I continue slowly, staying careful not to make the suspect suspicious while also making it abundantly known to Shahid that the decoy is flirting with him, shoving as many compliments as I can in every message.
I don't typically care about looks.
That's nice.
You're cute.
Thank you so much.
So when I talk about a more serious topic, the suspect would reveal everything. This would make a much darker turn, because after I send one of the riskiest open-ended messages, the suspect starts describing himself in an incredibly inappropriate way. I am so cute. This is where the suspect starts to feel much more comfortable, revealing he wants to hear the decoy's voice. Shahid is fully aware that he's talking with an iPhone 15, as I mentioned it twice upon the first conversation. This is where the investigation starts becoming extremely morbid. After asking the decoy a truth or dare question, I willingly choose truth in case of the dare being a video call. He follows by asking the size of the decoy, then follows by asking for photos of the decoys, saying it'll help him out a lot because he is. The investigation now turned illegal, as participating in such events could lead to years of imprisonment for the suspect. After leading the suspect on, just trying to gather as much information as I can, he reveals even more explicit information. I'm to this. Your turns me so much. I'll text you after The conversation ends as the decoy makes up an excuse. Contemplating what the suspect would have done had I continued the conversation is unknown. I respectively ask all of you watching to not do anything I did in this video at home. This video was made for educational purposes. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't leave just yet, because you can always subscribe to the channel to never miss a new video.